Extra, extra. Read all about it. First thing in the morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries. This is my daily tarot reading for September 18th. Saturn has gone direct. What does that mean? We still have to wait and see. That's the truth. I know that overall it's like, yeah, we're going to be moving forward now, but what does forward mean? That's something you're going to have to check your chart for. I can't guarantee it for anybody. So, but what I can tell you is, as a true Cancerian style, in terms of the past 4 or 5 months, what it has meant is a slowing down. Is no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't move forward. There was a lot of karmic shit that bubbled up. We saw a lot of endings. Saturn was in its sort of period of it's been in retrograde for a while. So now it literally, because it's so far away and so huge, it takes a long time to like start going direct. It took like almost 5 months to go direct. So this has been happening to us since about April. And if you felt that your life or a lot of things are happening that you couldn't even fight against, now you know why. And I would say that at least that stuff is over with, but what new stuff is ahead? Well, there could still be a lot of challenges. You know, Saturn going direct, I think it's not like it stops being Saturn. So all I know is that this hype about Saturn going direct, it's a good thing. It is a good thing because we're not going to feel stuck anymore. But does that mean everything is going to be easy as we go forward? Not necessarily. Let's see the energy for today, right? Like, at least we can start today. Like, say, we don't have to worry so much about way in the future. Let's start with right now. Here's my Talisman and Cauldron deck. I've cleaned out the energies from the past readings. The cards are all lined up and reordered so that I know, because for me, I know myself, guys. If I had just, you know, I didn't refurbish my deck every single time after I used it, I would be wondering, well, was that reversal from a past shuffle? And I know that a lot of readers believe that that's the message. For me, I want to be sure that every single time I shuffle these cards, the energy is completely focused on this reading. So that's what I do, because I do read reversals. I want to make sure that's me, but I'm also OCD, like literally diagnosed. So that could be part of the whole situation too. So let's look at what today's energies are, and they're popping out already. So the cards have got a lot to say. Okay. First card out is the Page of Swords. Communications, emails, text messages, DMs, something that might make you really happy. But we've done this before. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because this is only 2 cards out of an 11-card read. Let's keep going. Page of Wands. Okay. Off the bat, I'm already seeing there's a lot of new beginnings. There's messages, there's opportunities coming in quick, but it's almost like they're aiming at this happy ever after. They're aiming at the 10 of Cups. But let's see if they actually strike. It's weird. It's almost like the thoughts and the passions. That's what it is. The thoughts and the passions are colliding. It's like, do I go with what makes sense or do I follow my passions? They both want to get me to this happy ever after, but which one is going to get me there? I'll show you the cards. I'll do a card view as well. Don't worry about it. All right. We got to see. Yeah. So choices, and it came out wonky. It came out like on its side. So Once again, the cards are being very enigmatic and saying it's about making good choices. Okay. Probably about where you're going to live. This is for people who have been considering moving or, choosing a new location. So it's about making good choices. Choices that aren't about dreaminess or even happiness. No, definitely happiness. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is, it's not just about sort of ideals. It's not about ideals. It's about what makes sense, what will work. Yes, it is about making you happy. Oh boy. You have the Empress and the Emperor in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse sits at our central position. This usually speaks to parents who were very manipulative or hurtful or not helpful. New cycles beginning and ending. Parents who, it usually speaks like a devouring mother and an abusive father. Endings and new beginnings. So essentially what this speaks to is your past, your childhood. Leaving it behind. A lot of conflict, a lot of competition, a lot of obstacles in your way. Trying to situate these cards so that they're not falling off this table. I can see obstacles in my way. Okay. This is the daily energy. King of Wands upright. So this is somebody who's actually very supportive. And it's a supportive energy of, I believe in you. I care about what you think and what you feel and what you want to pursue. I see the best in you. But this is a king, not an emperor. The Emperor is in reverse. Honestly, it's conflict. For me, I see that there's you wanting a happy relationship, a happy ending, you wanting the happy ever after, the rainbows and the couples and the couple thing and the house and the picket fence, like you wanting all of those things. And you trying to make good choices that your parents didn't make. It's almost like your parents' relationship was a very bad relationship. So clearly this message is for a very specific crowd, but it's almost like your parents' relationship was a very bad relationship, or a former relationship that you had, maybe your first marriage, very bad relationship, and that ended. And the new beginning is very complicated for you because of what has happened in the past. It's like you're trying, you're aiming, you're wanting this life. That's what you thought you were aiming to, but actually getting it has meant working through a lot of shit that you didn't expect. You know what this speaks to? Somebody coming in your life that will actually be your happy ending. That will either be that boss that says to you, this is the job of your dreams. This is opportunity coming in. This is a support coming in for what you really love to do. And a happy ending. This is my Camelot card. I call it Camelot because it's almost like your ideal situation made real. Like, I think Camelot only lasted supposedly 60 years, if it was real. But it might have existed. There might have existed this time of just perfect peace between clans and the Roman Empire that was trying to take over. Just this pocket of peace in the middle of constant war that happened. And that's what Camelot is. Camelot is, I don't know, how would you feel for the next 60 years living in peace and living in, sort of total, not just success, but contentment and joy and wow, this is my world. Like really. So this is what it is coming out. In other words, you can find, if this is about relationships for you, it will be difficult for you. Justice. So this is karma. To me, this is Saturn itself. I mean, I know this is the Libra card, which would be Venus, ruled by Venus, but this is the idea of judgment being made and them saying, okay, you've paid your dues. You've done your work. You've turned in all the paperwork. You've done all the requirements that we required of you. And now it's time. Now it's time for things to go your way. So if somebody is waiting today, if somebody is waiting for word on any kind of, any kind of, did I get the job? If any, and let me just show you, he's looking forward. He's always looking forward. So this is about in the future. Your future looks bright. It looks like things are back into balance, like restoration, like equilibrium restored. See the sword and the stone too? It's almost like he's using it as a tether. This goes along with the Camelot theme. Oh my God. Okay, let me turn around the cards so that you can see. So, see, this speaks to childhood, right? It speaks to trying, like thinking, working toward, making effort toward this happiness, but there's always kind of being conflict. Making good choices so that you don't repeat these same patterns of, right now I just see toxic parents, toxic relationship, a past relationship, a man and a woman who basically didn't have themselves together, so how are they going to have their relationship together? A mother who was devouring instead of nurturing, a father who was abusive instead of protective. And now you have this death card, which symbolizes this is like the butterfly effect. This is where you started. This is like the worm that you started, and now it's blossoming. It's not so easy though, because the conflict is almost like in your passions. How do you know how to have a good relationship when you came from or experienced the example of a bad one? How do you know it? But you do have this opportunity. This opportunity comes in, he's upright, which means he's extremely supportive of your passions. He's encouraging, he has the resources and he has the energy. This is somebody of great sensuality and commitment to their purpose. Here you go. Building this hoped for result, which it says that, karma's on your side. The angels are on your side. This is the ether. This is the cosmos saying that, yeah, you have worked really hard for this. You have come a long way. You've paid the piper. You've paid the dues. You've gone through all the crap. You've made good choices. You've stood out amongst the crowd. There you are, standing out as deserving. Here's your happy ending. This is your happy ending. It's an earned happy ending. It's a karmic happy ending. It's not just it shows up like magic. This is we've heard you and you've done the work. We've seen you, we've watched you. So in terms of today, if I'm applying this for a daily read, which is what I'm doing, there's some good news coming in. There's like long awaited news of something you've worked very, very hard on and not seen a lot of results on, or working again, finally feeling almost like this release of who you used to be and seeing very clearly in front of you now who you want to be for the rest of your life. Not worrying about any kind of obligations or tethers to the past because they're gone. It's over with. Whatever situations in your past that have hurt your life, harmed your life, caused your life to be confusing or unhappy, they're over with because you made the right decisions to make them over with. In other words, you actively participated in your rebirth. You spun your cocoon, you allowed yourself to be broken down and rebuilt again. You put the energy into it happening, and you stood out amongst the crowd. Aside from the challenges and the conflicts, you have been noticed. there's something that stood out about you. So by the end of today, I would say that this is a very benevolent day. This is a day of good news. If you have been waiting on, like I said, that job application, or waiting to hear from somebody that was special to you, is special to you. If you have been waiting almost just for like to understand where is my life going, today will offer you those answers. It will offer you those solutions. It will offer you suggestions that you should take to go in that direction. Even if they seem impractical, they won't be impractical. And you'll know it. You'll know that, oh, I can do this, because justice isn't a hopeful card. Justice is a, no, you can do that. You can do this card. Like this is, there you go. You can do it. It's ready for you. Go. So there's really nothing to fear at all. At all. I would not be surprised if with this setup, there may be even people come, like if somebody calls you from your past, it would be to reconcile. It would be to apologize to you. It would be to make amends. If you get word today about somebody, just about any ending that happens today, if you get word of it, it'll be something that you're happy about. It'll be like, wow, I can't believe that's finally over. So this is the day. This is a very good day. And ironically, it's Wednesday, it's hump day. And so that marks a shift, right? It's been an uphill climb, and now we get to kind of coast down, at least for this Wednesday. Hopefully Thursday, Friday too, but we'll see about those. But this is like, today is a smooth day. It's a day that maybe you're just finally going to be able to relax a little bit and like balance yourself out. I'm seeing this right here, the 8 of Pentacles. Maybe you'll finally get some time to just like read a book, study, write, do that quiet time stuff that you didn't think you had any time or energy for because you've been so clustered. But today is a day where things will be calmer and you'll be able to focus. And it's almost like the day of clearing. It's a day of clearing and clarity. And I think that we all really, really needed this. So thank God for today, because it's looking like everything, I want to say, is going our way, but actually is just giving us a respite so we can take stock in where we're headed. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.